You either have lifetime goals and ambitions, or you're not participating in life. I feel so connected to my Yoli family. We all have dreams and goals and lifetime ambitions, but many of us will never realize our goals until we let go of our fear and excuses and push through the God-given adversity that was custom ordered to teach us specifically what each one of us needs to learn. Those who know me know I have a mild obsession with mountaineering. You'll see it on the walls of my home office. There are many analogies and metaphors that can be drawn from mountaineering. Some of my victories in the mountains have paralleled my greatest victories in business. But as of 2 months ago, there was still one significant accomplishment, one bucket list goal that I had neglected to accomplish. And due to health concerns, I feared I never would. In 2010, the year after Yoli was launched, after finally winning a 3-month battle with pneumonia, I still felt like I couldn't breathe. A pulmonologist diagnosed me with a paralyzed diaphragm. He told me my left lung would never function properly. Here's why that's a problem. You remember that bucket list goal I mentioned? It required a well-functioning set of lungs. It's called summiting Mount Rainier. 14,410 feet of ice, rock, and snow. It has the largest prominence from base to peak of any mountain in the lower 48 states. In fact, the route to the top ascends the same vertical distance as Everest Base Camp to its summit. On a clear day, no matter the season, Mount Rainier calls to me, as it has since I was a young boy. Every time I leave the neighborhood or drive on the freeway, every time I fly in an airplane, there it is, beckoning to me. I always had a dream of climbing it, but I knew this would be impossible without a great deal of training to compensate for my compromised lung. I bought a stair machine. I hired a trainer. I was committed. I was going up that mountain. Then I was thrown a curveball. Having half my lung power seemed like a challenge enough. In 2015, as I began training for Mt. Rainier, some symptoms I had noticed the past couple of years became more prominent. I was referred to the University of Washington Neurological Clinic, where I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. This is the disease shared with Michael J. Fox and Muhammad Ali. Though it was initially a shock to me and my family, it was actually a relief to know what was going on with my body. Why my hand wiggled all the time, why I had a tendency to shuffle, why I always lost balance, why I felt tired all the time, why my legs were constantly uncomfortable and clenching. And why was I so obsessed with watching the movie Back to the Future over and over and over? So I continued my training, climbing 6 different peaks totaling 30,000 feet in real mountains. I did a 12-mile run the week before Rainier and was climbing stairs like a champ with a 65-pound pack on my back. Though I struggled, I felt prepared. What I wasn't prepared for were the conditions I encountered on summit day. At 12,500 feet, I ran into steep ice and technical footholds that caused me to waver and lose my balance several times. I never fell, but I was not being safe. After leaving camp at 4 a.m. and climbing for hours, I was turned back. I lay down in the tent at 9,500 feet at Camp Sherman. Tears of disappointment filled my eyes as I realized that all of my preparation over the previous months and years was for nothing. I thought to myself, I will never climb this mountain. My body won't let me. I gave myself about 30 minutes to have my own personal high-altitude PPP, personal pity party. And then it was over. Ain't nobody got time for that. I talked to my lead guide and came up with a new plan. My plan was to put together the first ever Yoli summit team. I would hire the entire climb and sell the individual positions to friends, individuals who understood my circumstances and would be willing to accommodate my special needs. We trained together for most of the year. We did several smaller mountain climbs together. I did a total of 50,000 feet of real mountains and countless stairs to prepare my body. I was ready. In 2017, on my second attempt of Rainier, I climbed better than I ever had. I reached higher on the mountain than I ever had, but it still wasn't enough. At 12,700 feet, less than 2,000 vertical feet from the summit of Rainier, I was turned around again.
Give us sleep.
With diminished coordination combined with high winds and a few hazards I was uncomfortable with, I realized I was endangering the rope team every time I stumbled on my crampons. It wasn't worth the risk. This time I thought, I gave it my best. It still wasn't good enough. Maybe my mountaineering days are over. Other people had done it. Other people with physical challenges, handicaps, and limitations. Maybe I was special. Maybe I would never realize my dream.